Good morning. It's another really busy one today. It's Saturday in our local suburb. We live in a place called Walkley, which is a suburb of Sheffield. It's got a bit of a festival going off, so Jo's down at the village hall. She's got a little stall selling her paintings. There she is, look. Wow, that looks very pretty.
Well, I'll tell you the two things I've been doing recently. So I'm going to talk about the
All original artwork. Happy with it?
Yeah. It's alright, isn't it?
You've been busy, haven't you?
Yeah, yeah.
I reckon that one's my favourite. I'll drop a link in the description below to Jo's website.
Thanks.
Not sponsored by Squarespace, is it?
No.
Not this one.
It's sponsored by happycreativemind.uk.
So whilst Jo's doing that, it gives me an ideal opportunity to answer a few of the questions that I've had in the comments. So I'll start with Hoodlum Circus, who asked about the Hilleberg Unna. When did we get introduced to that? And how does it compare against a Nyack or a Soulo? Well, I can't speak for the Nyack because I've never used one before. I've had the Unna for quite a while and I've shown it in quite a few videos. And to be honest with you, it's a very different tent to the Soulo. Although it is a one-person tent and it's made of the same materials, it's got more space inside. It's, I'll say, simpler to pitch, although it's not in the wind. But it's not as, it's got different compromises. So the Soulo is meant for really extreme conditions. You can pitch it up from the ground. It will pretty much take anything that Mother Nature can throw at it. Whereas the Unna's is not as robust. But there's more space inside, so it gives me that little bit more comfort. Some people say that the Unna doesn't have a vestibule, but you can just unclip a little bit of the inner and you've still got acres of space inside, but there's plenty of room for cooking as well, so the Unna works best for me. So for the sake of the title only, I'm going to say the Unna is better than the Soulo. There's not much in it in weight, both tents weigh around the same, but if you want something that can cope with the worst weather conditions, then the Soulo is the one to get. So next question is actually YouTube related from Freddie Campbell. He wants to know, how has posting once a day affected my YouTube followers? So it's a bit of a mixed bag really, because I know a lot of people that signed up and subscribed to the channel did so for the camping stuff, and over the last 30 days I've made some, well, I'm going to say it was a variety of different content, from cooking to camping to car breakdowns, you name it. It's featured for whatever I've done in the last 30 days. So with some videos, I lose quite a few subscribers, which is fine, because I know it's very different to what they signed up for. And then other videos, I get quite a lot of subscribers. So overall, I'm about 600 or 700 up on the previous month, so I can't grumble at that. But more importantly, I'm enjoying the process more. It doesn't feel like a chore at all making any of the videos. So overall, I'm having a lot more fun. I've had a few questions about the shades, including one from Dan Wall, who asks, can you let me know what they are? And have I got a link? Well, I haven't got a link and I've got no idea what they are, other than, so my kids brought me these back from Tenerife. Apparently, genuine Ray-Bans bought from a very reputable sunglasses dealer in a bar. Lifetime guarantee and Asda price. So when they break, I'm going to have to buy a new pair. I also get a boatload of questions about my footwear, including one from Andrew Wiedemann, who asked what are the shoes you were wearing on that video. Well, they were the Vivo Barefoot Forest Tracker Escape. So for the last 12 months, I've worn nothing but barefoot shoes or Ultra Zero Drop trail runners. And last Saturday is the first time that I've worn any normal shoes. We went on the Ale Trail for Jo's birthday, and I want something a little bit smarter. So even these shoes I've got on today are barefoot shoes, but they're just a cheaper version from Amazon. They've got a really wide toe box, and they just allow my feet to be in a more natural position whenever I'm walking. I don't know if it's mumbo jumbo, but I get less knee pain now, less hip pain. They work for me, but I don't know if they'll work for you. I use the Ultra Olympus 5s to do the West Highland Way. They've got about 25mm of cushion underneath them. I wouldn't have been able to walk all that distance with barefoot shoes though. My feet would have been in tatters. I've noticed improvements. My feet have gone half a size bigger, and I'm not going to show you, but my toes are starting to spread out and look more like hands now. A bit weird, but I'm feeling the benefits from them. So I've just mentioned the Ale Trail, and Hitman Owls has asked, what is the Ale Trail? Where does it start and where does it finish? It's the Hope Valley Real Ale Trail, and basically you use the train. You catch the train from Sheffield to Edale, get a return, you have a few jars in every pub on the way back, or well, as many pubs as you can do anyway. So we started in Edale, just had a fair few in the van. In fact, we started in the Sheffield Tap at the train station, and then got to Edale, had a few in there, then back to Hope, had a few, then we went to Hathersage and had a few, but there's lots of stops on the way you can do. Bamford, Grindleford. We didn't do every single stop, but we wouldn't have been standing if we'd have done that. I was barely standing as it was. And if you drop lucky with the weather, it's perfect. So easily the most popular question that I've had has been about my drone. So Bush Kayakers Camping has asked, what is the drone? Is there a link? Barry Conway asked, does the little drone edit out its own noise using a microphone? May as well give you a quick demo. So I've had 4 or 5 emails from this company asking me to review this drone, and each time I've said no, I don't want to do a review. It's not something that I'm interested in. I've had a DJI drone for ages, and whenever I take it with me, I just never use it because it's such a faff to get it all set up. So anyway, last month they contacted me again, and I said, yeah, I'd like to try it, but I'm not going to review it. I'll use it, and I'll mention what it is, but that is it. I'm not going to sell it for you or anything like that. I'd seen it in Andrew Park's videos, and literally to use it, all you have to do, open it up, press a button on the top, give it a second. It's just doing its thing. Ready.
Current mode. Follow.
Follow. Press the button again.
Follow.
And it goes up in the air. It's a bit noisy at the minute, but I'll show you how you get around that. So that drone now is just going to follow me. And I don't know if you can see it behind me. There we go. And then to make it land, just put my hand out. And that's it. None of this connecting your phone up to a controller. None of this having to wait for GPS satellites. It's not got a good range, and it hasn't got what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, the best image quality. So DJI's got much better image quality, and for the same money as this, you could get a DJI drone. So if image quality is everything, then definitely get one of those instead. But I used this, whereas I didn't use the DJI. It was literally, I pull it out of my pocket, open it, press the button, and get some shots with it. There's lots of different options. You can get it to spin round you, follow you, zoom away from you. So just 2 button presses and you're away. But you may have noticed there that the sound is pretty awful. But they've got an app that comes with this drone where you can plug in a little microphone, or you can just use your phone like this and talk into the microphone on your phone. And somehow it connects to the drone when you switch it on, and then it erases all of the background noise and just isolates your voice. I don't even know if I've mentioned the name. This is the Hover Air X1. Right, so I've opened the app.
Current mode. Follow.
Follow. We'll try the Orbit one.
Orbit.
All right. Connect the drone using the app. just make sure that sound recording is on, and then when I press go, it should, you'll hear the microphone first
Orbit.
from the DJI I'm filming with. But then hopefully, when the drone starts going, I can cancel out the sound from it. So when I'm talking, oh dear, I'm going to take that lady's head out, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's just going to spin round me. Like that. And hopefully you can hear me and not the drone. Might crash into the grass, we'll see. Nope. There you go, it's done a full 360. Stops there. And then I put my hand down, it should come back to me. Switch it off, fold it up, and it's there for next time, just fits in my pocket. And I use this all the time now, whereas I didn't use the DJI one just because of the setup time. Video quality is not as good. The one thing about the sound, you know, when you're using the microphone thing on it, it isolates everything, takes away all of the background noise, so it's a bit unnatural. So you might need to just, with your main camera, just record a little bit of background noise and then add that onto your audio as well. But yeah, that is the drone. I'm not trying to sell it yet. Not even going to put a link in the description. If you want it, do your own research. Anyway, I've told you, I don't do gear reviews anymore. So it's the 29th today, the penultimate day of my 30-day challenge. I've already got tomorrow's video in here, so as you can imagine, it's going to be what I've learnt, what I'm doing next, all of that kind of stuff. So I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.